Get a dictionary.
So I finally caved in and watched this Tiger King. I dedicated about 6.5 to 7.5 hours of my life doing it. My eyes are red. We're gonna do these memes right now because I'm telling y'all, there are some things we need to talk about right now. All of us, after quarantining for months, having to dye and cut our own hair. You know, Netflix was sitting on Tiger King, and when quarantine hit, they were like, it's time. You know, how convenient was that for this 7-episode series to hop in our lives like this? As everyone was talking about it, everyone was tweeting me, texting me, telling me that I need to watch this show. Look, I heard of this show before. Everyone's talking about it, but I didn't want to dedicate 6 hours of my life. Now I'm in too deep. I'm just trying to figure out who in production thought they should interview this man in his bathtub. I saw that and I'm like, okay, we're watching him clean his bathtub. And then the next thing I know, he got up in there and interviewing like it was nothing. What my coworkers see during a conference call 3 weeks into quarantine after I've cut my own hair. Y'all, I just want to see how everyone's looking right now. How has it been 3 weeks? 3 weeks, right? I mean, that's a long time. People got to get their eyebrows done, their weaves checked. Joe Exotic is Steve Irwin's Wario. Y'all, I don't even know. Y'all, I might get so much slack for this. I don't even know who Wario is. Joe Exotic, I'm going to be honest. A tiger just bit someone's arm off. People in the gift shop buying tiger keychains like what? Me, as I joined all my Zoom calls, hello you cool catkins, I was tired. I'm telling y'all, I was tired of her saying that. I was like, are you trying to make this trend on Twitter? I know you the social media maven and all, but this is getting a little too much. You overdoing it, Carole. If you ain't trying to be like this, then swipe left there. Was that picture in that movie? I have not seen it, y'all. I was nailed to that couch. I don't remember that picture. I'm mad that I'm looking at it now. Carole Baskin's tigers watching Tiger King and realizing they were fed Don Lewis in 1997. Lord, I'm gonna go to hell. Raise your hand if you think Carole Baskin fed her husband to the tigers. I do. And I will testify. I've known her for 6 hours and I already know she has something to do with it. How you gonna? I know someone will agree with me on this one. How you going, for the people that haven't seen the series yet, all right, well, Carole Baskin's husband, Don, he was a millionaire or a multi-millionaire. And when he started missing, she couldn't get the money until he was declared dead, but they didn't have any body for proof. But guess what happened? The government said she had to wait 5 years to declare him dead so she can get the money. And guess how long she waited, y'all? She waited 5 years and 1 day. 1 day! If that's not a guilty verdict right there. 1 day, yo, and that was probably the stroke of midnight. Biggest takeaway from Tiger King for me was learning Doc Antle had a role in Zoolander. Joe Exotic, Carole Baskin, and Dog Antle trying to figure out who's exploiting big cats. If this ain't the truth, I don't know what is. Watching Tiger King and somehow the woman who wants to be a yoga animal trainer is by far the most normal person. What day of quarantine is it when you and your partner admit that Joe Exotic's music is not that bad? Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I must have been in the house for a while because I'm telling y'all, the first song, I was like, what am I watching right now? But the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth hit, I was nodding my head like, okay, wait a minute now. Me, every time they play Joe Exotic's music videos, and that's exactly what I was doing. The drug lord freely admitting to killing and chopping up a fed eye. Y'all, I must have missed that. Who? Oh yeah, the Mario dude. Well, he was in about 2 episodes and he just ghosted us. I don't know where he went. But the main thing I was saying is, how is this guy in jail talking to us when Netflix literally said in bold white captions, serving 100 years? How's he talking to us right now about the case? This dude definitely asked the producers. I'm not even going to play it because I already know what it is. This is actually the last episode, the last 20 minutes, I believe. But this dude definitely asked the producers to put a totally unnecessary action scene of him riding his jet ski in the series, and I'm telling you. I was like, why? What was the song they were playing? Oh, Eye of the Tiger. He wasn't even the main character in it, and he get that scene like he's on CSI Miami, riding into the sunset with his jet ski. Me trying to explain Tiger King to my friends who haven't watched it. This was my boy. He texted me last night talking about watching Tiger King. You got to get into it. I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that. I'm not ready. I'm telling you, it's wild. Okay, I'm thinking it's all about tigers. When I tell you I was completely wrong, I watched the trailer and I was like, what am I watching here? How did it go from keeping tigers in the cage to murder? 5 minutes into every episode of Tiger King thinking I can't possibly get any crazier like this is me. Joe Exotic and Carole Baskin attacking each other for doing the same exact thing. Just like this. When Carole Baskin came on the scene, I have to admit, I've seen a lot of memes about her, trashing her and all that stuff. But the first 5 minutes she came in the scene fighting for animal rights, I was on her side. So I didn't understand where this animosity was coming from. But then she started doing the same exact thing Joe was doing and still kept on smiling and saying, hello, cats and kittens. Are we overlooking the fact you're mad at Joe for doing what you're doing now? Is it just me? Joe Exotic. So a tiger just ripped an employee's arm off. Y'all want a discount? People in the gift shop. Homegirl got her arm ripped off by a tiger, and Joe Exotic's first move was to throw on the EMS bomber. The drip never takes a back seat. I saw that. I'm like, your whole employee got her whole arm ripped off by your tiger, and you want to be funny, man? But was it just me? I didn't even see her having one arm during her confessional the first episode. I didn't even know she had one arm until they concentrated on it. I said, wait, so that's the employee they were talking about? That was definitely a champagne umbrella evening. I didn't like that either. Yeah, that was a little too much. Joe Exotic's eyebrow ring trying to stay on his face. Y'all, that thing was hanging. I'm like, can he see? Can he see through that ring? Why just snatch that off? It's right there next to his iris. Joe Exotic. I saw a tiger and a tiger saw a man. Something tells me that is one of his songs. The only song I truly remember the lyrics on is the Carole Baskin Lookalike. That one slaps. I'm not trying to lie to y'all, and I know I'm not the only one, so y'all gotta stop playing. One of the best tiger memes I've seen, Big Cat Rescue Entertainment. I don't understand how he didn't think that he was gonna get copyright infringement on that. I made a Tiger King meme. Oh God. If that ain't the truth, y'all. Every time he opens his mouth, he is self-incriminating himself. I'm like, shut up, Joe. Shut up. Y'all want to talk about range? Joe was a magician, storm chaser, EMT, and a country music sensation. I wasn't ready for this to be that funny, y'all. And speaking of copyright infringement, y'all not gonna get me. I'm telling y'all, if y'all wanna see this clip, go to my Twitter, and I'm telling y'all, I laughed like a little baby when I saw that. I'll give y'all a reenactment. This is how it was. Here it goes. It was like this. Jeff Lowe is the how do you do fellow kids meme come to life. There was something about Jeff I didn't like ever since he came up in the scene like this. How did he do it? And all that background music. Y'all already knew he was trouble as soon as they shot his jeans. As soon as they showed his jeans, it was over. Tiger King was so insane that by the time this guy pulled up with a skeleton riding shotgun, I didn't even blink, and the show didn't feel the need to explain it. Netflix be shady, just leaving us hanging like nothing. is the genie that appears when you rub a 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew. Maybe it's the dad in me, but this is the best Joe Exotic meme I've ever seen so far. All right, here we go. When a dad sees the front door wide open and multiple lights left on, I am never going to. You're never gonna what? I don't know how you guys are doing, but I am barely hanging in there like Joe Exotic's eyebrow. I'm telling you, that thing wasn't hanging in there. I'm telling you, just rip that sucker off. Me, I can't stop thinking about, talking about, or reading about the coronavirus. Netflix, let me introduce you to Joe Exotic and Carole Baskin. Joe Exotic will be thrilled to know that he alone brought a nation together as we weathered a pandemic. This is the only greeting I will be using and accepting from now on. Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. Can we talk about this guy getting a cover-up that doesn't actually cover up the old tattoo? That is what I said when they zoomed in close on it. I said, it's never covering up the tattoo. What are you doing? And had the audacity to look in the mirror and not say anything? If something happens to me and my husband doesn't make me a sick memorial trash pile like this, I'm haunting his ass. Is there a reason no one is talking about this man's decor? Y'all, I honestly didn't even notice the decor. Like, I know it's not the craziest part of the show, but it needs to be addressed. I hope these images are enough to convince y'all to watch Tiger King. I'm still not over that third pig. I don't remember that being in there. 2 years of reasonable therapy to keep your hand. Nah, bruh, just cut that off. Got work to do on something. If she isn't the most loyal employee ever, and I don't remember homeboy talk, I don't remember Joe thanking her or anything. You know how much of a big lawsuit that is? Y'all already heard Joe talking about, I'm never gonna get out of this financially. And then the next thing I know, she goes back to work with one arm. The medicine didn't even leave her veins yet. I'm sure only of one person who can find out what really happened to Carole Baskin's husband. Who is that? This man has 3 husbands and I can't even get a text back. Carole Baskin, for them to speculate that I fed them to the tigers, which is crazy. Me, I'm telling y'all, I was on the couch looking in the thin air like a camera, like The Office was filming me. And I'm just saying, every time she talked about it, I just look at people who visited GW Zoo and ate the pizza, now seeing the documentary. I saw the pizza. What was the pizza made out of? I must have blinked or something or checked Twitter because I looked back up and he was making pizza and eating it. I don't, that wasn't Tiger Pizza, was it? FaceTiming my hairdresser to ask how I fixed the cut and color I gave myself. This show and the memes are honestly what are getting me through this shit. I'm sorry, I'm literally reading, I'm reading the burn book, and this must be Joe's burn book. Me running out of things to keep me entertained in quarantine. Netflix. Haha, the only way to get a tiger to eat someone is to cover them in sardine oil or something. That is when I looked into the thin air. I said, y'all, I'm a little too upset. I gotta stop. I gotta stop because the proof was in the pudding. Holding on to my sanity about as well as Joe Exotic's eyebrow ring is holding on. Best Tiger King meme. Wait, how most people see the world, how Joe Exotic sees the world. Oh my God. Y'all, I didn't even see that earring until I got to Exotic on that second pick. Country music, Joe Exotic's diss tracks. When it's been 5 minutes and you haven't talked about Carole Baskin, Joe Exotic, he talked about her every 5 minutes. I already know she ended up in his dreams a couple of times. Probably still dreaming about her now in that prison bed. Sir, where in your house should we do this interview? Oh, I don't know. How about in my bathtub? Lisa Kudrow's entire career has been one long audition for the role of Carole Baskin. I knew she reminded me of so. I knew Phoebe. That is all Phoebe. I knew she reminded me of someone. I just couldn't put my finger on. I'm so glad I did this video. I couldn't resist. Okay, all right, here we go. We have the lawful good, neutral good. Neutral man, He left Joe in the dust. Didn't they do 11 years and suddenly you want to run away and get your co-worker pregnant and just leave Joe in the dust hanging? I'm mad. Chaotic good. I don't remember him. Lawful neutral, true neutral, chaotic neutral. Who is that? Lawful evil, neutral evil, and chaotic evil. Understatement of the year. I'm gonna show you some stuff, and if that wasn't the, and all I can see is his, all I can see is his eyebrow ring. Y'all might as well just call it an eyelid ring at this point. I'm the most hated woman on Netflix. Just hang on, you cool cat. If somebody wanted to have a cat eat you, they'd pour sardine oil on you. Howard. Carole got Howard. Carole got her finger wrapped around Howard's head. Y'all, what is the word for it? After 2 weeks of being quarantined with my kids, my patience is, I'm telling y'all, eyelid ring. We're just gonna rename that thing an eyelid ring. Gonna tell my kids this was Rascal Flatts. Absolutely iconic how Carole Baskin did Tiger King thinking she'd get to expose Joe Exotic and Doc Anti for animal abuse, and now all of America is obsessed with Joe and thinks Carole is a murderer. That's showbiz, baby. Just tested positive for thinking Carole Baskin fed her husband to those tigers. I know! I'm telling y'all, I am not the only one.
Thumbs up if you don't. Thumbs up anyway, cause you will. Thumbs up, cause you will. Thumbs up. But with that being said, thumbs up.